Hey everyone, welcome to day 3. Today is all about identifying limiting beliefs. This one is a biggie. This one is something to really nail. So let's start by looking at what is a limiting belief, okay? So these are the pesky little annoying mindset gremlins that get in here. These are beliefs that you hold to be absolute truths that are limiting you in some way. So they're limiting you in your business, they're limiting you in how successful you are, they're limiting you in the action that you're taking, and they're limiting how happy and how fulfilled you are simply by believing them. Now, there is so much that I could talk about in terms of limiting beliefs, but I'm going to keep this short and I'm going to keep to the importance of so you can identify the limiting beliefs. But if you want to know where and how these become programmed into your mind, head over to my Facebook group, Yes You Can, to watch the live trainings, because this stuff absolutely fascinates me. And most of what we believe as adults has been programmed into us before the age of 8. It's fascinating stuff, so go over and watch it. But your limiting beliefs could be about you, they could be about other people, or they could be about the world in general. And these beliefs hold you back from making different choices in your life. Now, some of these, depending on when and how they were programmed, can be subconscious thoughts and beliefs. So you don't even realize that these are guiding you in your decisions, how you think, how you show up to things, your behaviors, which ultimately are impacting how successful you are, how fulfilled you are, how happy you are. They are impacting your entire life. They were programmed when you didn't really know any better. They were programmed based purely on emotions, not facts or logic. And chances are they went in when you were just tiny. They are preventing you from seeing opportunities that come your way. They're preventing you from saying yes to these opportunities, and they keep you stuck. They keep you stuck where you are. They keep you stuck in that little comfort zone. And they keep you focusing on all of the negative aspects of your situation. Now, limiting beliefs are sneaky little things. They are pesky little things. And most of us, like I say, because of when and how they were programmed, they're in our subconscious. We don't even know that we've got them. We don't even know that we are being guided by them, because they're really hard to spot. And it wasn't until I started working with a coach who literally felt like was holding up a mirror at the things that I believed to be absolute truths that were limiting my success. They were limiting how happy I was. And it's really important that you keep identifying these, because new ones will crop up, new things will crop up, new limiting beliefs, new little gremlins will happen. And this is why it is so important to use that journal every single day. Not just once a week, not just now and again, every single day, so that you can start to spot patterns, triggers, certain behaviors that you are adopting that are either pushing you forward or limiting you. Because obviously we want to keep doing the things that are pushing us forward and avoid or change the things that are limiting us. So, how do we identify them when we don't always know that we've got them? Okay, This is where it starts to get a little bit tricky, but don't be put off because it's not impossible. Once you start learning that process and once you start committing to being consistent with your journal, this will become a heck of a lot easier. So limiting beliefs are probably something a parent said, a teacher said, a carer said, maybe a friend at the time said to you. Now, some of these beliefs that we have are really helpful, and they help us in our day, in our business. They push us forward, they keep us safe, they keep us happy. But there's an awful lot that's in there that are really unhelpful behaviours, really unhelpful autopilots and ways of thinking. So I'm going to run through some common ones, okay? So ones that I've had, ones that my clients have shared with me, and you may resonate with some of these. So things like, it's impossible for me to have that level of success. Even if you see other people, same as you, doing what you're doing, you doubt that you can have that level of success. And you tell yourself that that level of success isn't attainable for me. Then don't cry. I have to work harder than most people. I'm not as intelligent as others. I'm not likable. I'm not an expert. I'm not good on camera. I'm shy. I'm an introvert. I'm no good at networking events. This is a big one. I'm not ... enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not tall enough. I'm not slim enough. I'm not fit enough. I'm not experienced enough. I'm not old enough. I'm too young. I don't deserve ... I don't have enough. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough support. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough experience. I don't have enough brains. It can be absolutely anything that you're telling yourself that you are not enough or you don't have enough of something. Clients won't pay my prices. I won't attract enough clients into my business. I will lose all my money. I'll spend all my savings and I'll end up bankrupt and I'll lose the house. What else is there? A lot of things around money. Money is vulgar. Money with people show off. It's not fair that some people have lots of money and some people have not much money. I'm no good with money is another big one that people tell themselves. I don't want people to think ... about you is another big one. I can't handle it. I'm not cut out for this. I always fail, so why even bother is a massive limiting belief that people have. This one I find applies a lot to women, not just women, it applies to men as well, but a lot of women feel it's wrong to put themselves first and feel really guilty about it and see it as a bad thing. So if they do something for themselves, so they splash out or, treat themselves, there's an element of guilt that actually it's wrong to do that. Another biggie is around mistakes, that it's wrong to make mistakes and mistakes should be avoided, and that people won't like you. You have this notion and this belief that people won't like you, or you should be quiet, or you shouldn't speak out, or you shouldn't give your opinion because they might not like you. One of the biggest limiting beliefs that people have, or the way that they talk to themselves, is using this word should. I hate the word should because it implies that you have to be doing something, and if you're not doing it, there's an element of guilt or there's an element of feeling wrong. So I should be doing X, Y, and Z. I should be earning more money. I should be better with money. I should be further on in my business. I should be a brilliant mum all of the time. I should put everybody else before me. I should be a good friend. I should be there for them all the time. I should have all this figured out by now at my age. There are so many, the list is endless. I could go on and on and on. These are all mindset gremlins. These are all ways, some of them you'll be really conscious of. You might be chuckling away to yourself thinking, that's exactly what I'd say to myself. Some of them you may have no idea that that's what you're telling yourself. It's so programmed in that you don't even realize. Now, don't worry, we can get rid of these. It's just going to take a little bit more work, a little bit more commitment. The way you're going to do it is by filling in that journal every single day, writing it down. It is no good keeping it up here. Okay, if you must, use a page on your phone or your computer if you want to do it electronically. The best way is to print that journal out and use pen and paper. That is proven to organize your thoughts better, make you more productive. It's the best thing to do. Okay, so just print a few copies out, just print a week's worth of copies out, and every day just fill it in. Just, like I said, set your alarm 10 minutes early, get up, and just do some journaling. This is powerful stuff. Okay, and if you are serious about your dreams, if you are serious about making your business work and happen, then surely you are worth 10 or 15 minutes in a morning and on an evening. So what do you do? What's the best way to go about, working out what your limiting beliefs are? Because once you identify them, you can then start to do something about them. You can then start to change them. You can, with practice and some work, you can completely get rid of some of these beliefs. Some of those things that I read out are beliefs that I held dearly. I thought they were the absolute truth, and they guided every decision and held me back so much. Some of those I have completely eradicated, completely wiped out, completely reprogrammed how my brain thinks. So now the more productive thinking, the thinking that serves me better, is not something I have to necessarily consciously think about. It's ingrained so much, like my old beliefs were. It's now an autopilot. That's automatically what I think. If there's something that before I would have thought, I can't do that, I'm not an expert in this area. That's not how I think anymore. I just see it as, okay, this is a challenge. What do I need to do? How do I get over it? And that now is my default thinking. And I don't say that to show off or say, how amazing am I? I say it because you can do this as well. This is not rocket science. This is easy stuff. You just have to commit to doing it. You have to commit to that journal every single day. The people that do have the biggest transformations, not only in their business, but in their life as well. So when you're thinking about these limiting beliefs, okay, what it is that you're telling yourself, write it down, okay, and ask yourself, whose belief is this? Whose voice are you really hearing? And sometimes this can be quite painful. I have sat with my coach on many occasions and cried buckets because, some of this is deep-rooted. Some of this triggered some really emotional stuff for me. If you get to that emotional place, don't worry, that's good, because you're really going internally, you're really digging deep to where these beliefs come from. And sometimes we've just kind of got to get through that emotional stuff to get through the other side so we can reprogram what's going on, okay? And this is so much easier than it sounds. Reprogramming your brain sounds like this is going to take years and this is going to be hard work. It's not as hard as it sounds. It's just consistency. And then think back and say, okay, so whose voice is this? When did I first start thinking this? When did I start hearing that voice? When did I first start believing that? Okay, and then question it. What do you actually believe? What do you actually think? Okay, is this really true? what you're thinking, that you are not capable, that you don't have the resources, that you don't have enough time. You know, are those things really true, or are they just fears? You know, what's behind that I should, or I can, or I'm not enough? What's really going on? And then ask yourself, okay, what do I want to believe? You know, do I want to believe that I'm not an expert, that I'm not capable, that I always fail, that there's no point in me even trying because this is not going to work? Is that what I want to believe? Or do I want to believe the opposite? Do I want to believe that I am more than capable, that I can do this, that I am solutions focused? If there's a problem, I can go away and I can sort it. I can work out what needs to be done. What do you want to believe? And start writing this stuff down in your journal. There's a place at the end for notes to dump everything that is in here. So use that space. Write down what you want to believe. The more your brain picks up on this new way of thinking, so say it out loud, read it, write it down, the more opportunities that it has of seeing that new thinking and those new beliefs, the easier it is to reprogram all of that old stuff, wipe all that out that's not useful. Because if you're not using those negative views, those limiting beliefs, if you're not constantly saying to yourself, I can't and I should and I'm not this and I'm not that, your brain suddenly catches up and says, actually, these old thoughts, these old beliefs, she's never using them. So they're just taking up storage here. So actually what I can do, like a computer, I can wipe them and I can free up some space, because actually what she's telling me is that these new beliefs are now important. These new beliefs are what's guiding her thinking, guiding her actions, guiding her behaviors. So actually they're more useful. So I need to store them instead. So this is how you wipe out all of that old stuff and reprogram it with the new thinking. But you have to keep doing it. You have to be consistent. I keep using this word, but this is the success, or this is the reason you're going to be successful in transforming your mindset if you keep doing it. So write it down, use your journal, look for patterns, look for triggers, you know, talk to a friend about it if that's going to help. Say it out loud to yourself, record it on your phone and keep listening to it back. Work with a coach so that you can identify what's really going on and get this sorted out a lot quicker. But let me know how you get on. I really want to know, let me know what your limiting beliefs are. Let me know what you're struggling with, because as always, if I can help and add some more value, then I will. There is tons and tons of training over in my Facebook group. Yes, you can. Go and check it out. It's free to join. There's tons and tons of stuff in there that you can read and learn about that will help you do this a lot quicker. But tomorrow gets really exciting, because I'm going to show you how you can then get rid of these limiting beliefs for good. I've got an exercise for you which will enable you to completely transform and make sure that you wipe out all of that old stuff and that new stuff goes in really quickly. So keep your eyes peeled for tomorrow's email.